Well, Dandadan episode 9 is here, and it wasn't nearly as fanservice heavy as I was worried it'd be, but still had the amazing chaotic fight scenes, fun character moments, and balls to the wall animation. I had a blast watching this, so I'm gonna give my thoughts on the episode, and hopefully entertain you fine people. Welcome friends, I'm Merlin with a Y, a certain famous wizard's less talented but more attractive cousin. And I'm here to talk about the beautifully chaotic fight scene between 3 naked high schoolers versus 3 alien salarymen, a giant shrimp, and a cryptid. Starting things off with Aira being awesome, Aira's a bit of a badass now. She's putting in work using the Acrobatic Silkie's grace and flexibility to flex on the opposition. Even if she doesn't have the same power behind her attacks, she's still a tricky and annoying opponent to face. Plus, despite Aira being an acrobatic character in a short skirt, they don't fill the screen with unnecessary panty shots, which is a nice change of pace from some other series that I may talk about in the future. I also just love Aira's transformed personality. She's got just the right balance of cocky, funny, and cool, without the sad and sandy that the original Spirit had. Not only that, but I like her deeper voice. I've always had a thing for deep-voiced women ever since Dr. Mrs. the Monarch changed a young me's life. Also, I relate to Aira a bit too much right now. Her thirsting over Okarun is such a mood. But despite her new badass powers, there's only so much she can do when she's outnumbered and Okarun's too busy looking for new clothes. The teamwork of the aliens is interesting. While they clearly aren't used to fighting together, and the Serpo don't care about my boy, let's just call him Shrimpy, they are a deadly combination when they actually work together. As Aira learned the moment she was caught slipping. Damn! Even I felt that hit. They are not pulling their punches at all, and I love it. Shrimpy said equal rights means equal lefts. And hey, she took it better than I would. Good thing Okarun is here to help. Now he just needs to slowly sidestep his way towards her, and then he can help kick their asses. Or not. But still, even butt-ass naked and half a eunuch, Okarun is showing more balls than most people, so I'll give him credit, even if he didn't do much so far. Though he was getting whooped. Say what you will, but that shrimp was putting in work on those two. Thank God for Momo coming at just the right moment for Okarun to blitz him, cause dear God that was satisfying. But with all 3 of them together now, they can finally fight their foes on slightly more even ground. Right? God damn it, Momo! Even in the middle of combat, the moment Momo hears that name, she immediately folds. I love this running gag so much, even if it bites them in the ass right now. The way Momo is so shocked she goes low resolution makes it even funnier. But damn! While they're fucking around, my boy is getting chewed out. He really is a temp worker. Only temps get this level of shit. But after Shrimpy gets outright violated, he transforms into his serious form. Meaning, I take it back, apparently he was pulling his punches earlier. Shit! But not to be outdone, Okarun and Aira tag team him. The way Okarun and Aira are fighting like they're performing a ballet is stylish and badass. Plus it ties back to the Acrobatic Silky. And now I'm sad. Back to the fight. Right when they were getting into the groove of the fight, Nessie comes in to wreck it, completely changing the surrounding area to give them the advantage and weaken our favorite weirdos. The transition from the yellow empty space to the green water space was a lot clearer than it was in the manga. Plus it makes Nessie's appearance that much cooler. And I love the idea of it still being a school, but the top and bottom of each floor is made out of water, so they can go up and down to 2 disconnected levels of water. Really adds to the weirdness of it. You know, something that doesn't get seen enough in shonen fights is interesting locations. In most battle shonen, the location doesn't really matter that much. All that matters is who has the bigger number. But here, we get to see how the surrounding location severely affects the direction of the fight. Okarun can't use Turbo Granny to swim, and he's fighting a shrimp that's 10 times stronger in the water. Just one change to the surroundings made the fight that was already tough for our heroes, and made it even tougher. And while all this is going on, Momo and Okarun are having a marital dispute in the water. As dangerous as it is to talk about their personal issues in the middle of a fight, I love that Okarun is finally able to talk with Momo, and the way he outright says that she should be honest with him if she's upset is something every man can relate to. None of that tsundere shit. Though, honesty is a two-way street, Okarun. But after they've hashed out their problems, they're back to working together, and Momo comes up with a very creative solution. I love it when characters find interesting new ways to use their powers, and this is certainly interesting. Though this looks weirdly familiar. After saving Aira again, we've reached the fanservice part now. Honestly, I'm more surprised that most of it was Okarun up until this point. I'm still not a fan of having the characters have to strip down to their underwear to fight, but since the camera doesn't linger on them too much, it doesn't feel fanservice-y like I was worried would happen. They handled it well. After a failed attack on the now hybrid Nessie, with Aira getting her shit rocked again, for like the third time in this episode, Momo comes up with the plan. Once again, Momo really is the brains of this group. She came up with the only solution that could stop the hybrid UMA in such a one-sided situation. And it really works perfectly in the narrative sense too. We know she studied mantis shrimp before. Okarun saw the parallels between the alien and the mantis shrimp, and she realized that the hybrid would inherit any weaknesses of its components. After realizing that, she managed to use her powers to literally blast it out of the water. After that, it fell apart, unable to handle its own power. Momo has really been growing with all her powers. I don't think your psychic powers were capable of this level of power in the last couple episodes. But despite that, the victory isn't just Momo's, because Okarun and Aira came up with the perfect solution to Okarun's earlier weakness. By using Aira's hair as a road, he was finally able to make a full-powered headbutt that blasted Nessie to pieces, stopping Momo from being blasted apart. While Momo still might be the MVP, everyone's pulling their own weight to help each other. With this, they're all back outside the empty space, and after a very awkward but relieved moment of rest, they realize that they're naked in a school hallway surrounded by students. Them having to run around school naked is a funny way to end such a chaotic episode. Plus, it reminds me of another series I plan to cover soon. If Okarun's not the most popular guy in school after this, then I do not understand high schoolers. Overall, this was an amazing episode that had incredible animation, fluid and chaotic choreography, and managed to capture and keep the energy that the manga had completely. Despite my earlier worries that this would be fanservice heavy, I should have known that Science Saru would remember that action and characters are what we're here for. If we wanted ecchi that got in the way of fight scenes, we would have watched Fire Force or Fairy Tail. But that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe. I'm Merlin with a Y, and thanks for listening to this old man ramble.